Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and in this tutorial I am going to explain you how to deal with null values in SQL database. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first question is, what are the null values? So the SQL null value is the term used for representing a missing value. So the null value in a table is a value in a field that appears to be blank. A field with null values is a field with no values. It is very important to understand that the null values is different than zero value or a field that contains some spaces. So the next question will be how to test for null values in a SQL database. For that, it is not possible to test for null values with the comparison operators such as equal to, less than, greater than, less than equal to, or greater than or equal to. The only option to test for null values is to use is null and is not null operators. Is null operator is used to find out the null values from a SQL table, and is not null operator is used to find all the values except the null values. So this is the basic syntax of is null operator and is not null operator. Let me show you how to use them with some simple examples. This is the Sql Command Line interface, and today we are going to use is null operator on the employees table. Let me show you its metadata. For this, just use the describe command, which is dsc employees. So these are the number of columns present in the employees table along with their data type and the constraint, which are not null. We have already seen what is a not null constraint and how we can use them. Just click the I button here for the tutorial. In the first example, we will try to retrieve the first name and last name of the employee whose the department ID having null value. It is a very simple query. We just have to type select statement. So select first name, comma, last name from employees table, employees, and we have to use where condition. So where, and the column name would be department ID. So department ID, and now we have to use is null operator to find out the null values. So just type is null after hitting semicolon and enter. So here you can see we are getting only one record. This record is having the null value in the department ID column. Similarly, we can find the name of the employees in which the manager ID column is null. For that, we just have to copy the same query, but instead of department ID, we will put manager ID there. So just type manager ID. After hitting enter, here we get only one record. It is a different record which is having the null value in the manager ID column. But on the other hand, if you want the name of the employees in which the manager ID column is not having the null values, for this we have to use a is not null operator. So just type select first name, last name from employees table, and again the where condition, where the manager ID. So instead of using is null, we have to use is not null operator here to negate the is null operator. For this, just type is not null after hitting semicolon and enter. So here you can see the first name and last name of the employees in which the manager ID column is not having the null values. I hope you got the clear understanding how we can deal with the null values in SQL database. If you want more clarification about SQL, we have a full playlist dedicated to SQL. Just press the I button. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and also ring the notification bell to get the latest updates.